Hey everyone. So tonight I want to discuss the first of three Sweatin' to the Oldies albums from Spazz, and that is, of course, the first Sweatin' to the Oldies. This was released way back on Slapaham. This was the first Sweatin' record that I managed to get my hands on. I got it at the HMV in Toronto. God knows I paid some extortionist amount of money for it. But when I found this, and it was like, I just discovered Spazz through Fat Rex, short music for short people. And then when I found this, this was my first like proper introduction to a power violence album, or a compilation rather. And when I found out that there was like 64 songs on here, like I felt weak. I was like, holy shit, I was hoping to find something from this Spazz band. I didn't know anything about them. And keep in mind, this was roughly 1999, 2000, so you couldn't just hit the web, the interweb as it is now, in order to find out anything and everything about a band. So it wasn't that easy, and I had to sort of dig and hunt and beg and borrow and plead and make deals with an invisible god in order to find a Spazz record. And then I did, and wow, were there a ton of fucking songs on here. That was exciting because that turns out to be a staple of the power violence movement as a whole. All of these bands end up doing a hell of a lot of splits with a lot of other bands, and those splits sell out very quickly. So it becomes a smart idea to compile them all together, and there's usually a hell of a lot of songs. Like I can think Spazz has done it 3 times over. Um, the Capitalist Casualties have done it. Despise You. Oh fuck, who else do I have? A massive. I know. Oddly enough, Fuck on the Beach has put up everything they did for Slapaham up on Spotify now. It's like I can't remember what it's called, but it's called like the Slapaham years or whatever. And so what it seems to be in the whole power violence thrashcore scene, at least at this point, was because of the amount of splits that would go out of print so quickly. Compiling these together were a regular thing that a lot of these bands had done, and I was just like over the moon. I was like fucking cloud 9 when I found this, and that's because my God, there are so many songs on here. Crockett's on here. One Ghetto to the Next. Mighty Morphin Power Violence is on here. Fucking Spud Boys on here. Smoking Dawn's Crack Holes on here. Knuckle Scrapers on here. Uh, I don't know, man. Like this as an introduction to a band and sort of like a whole scene, this completely blew me away. This is amazing. The artwork is killer. This is how I discovered Slapaham Records. It was because of this album that, with my 50 free hours on AOL, that I felt compelled when I got home, now that I had something physical to sort of dig into, which was a big deal back in those days. Remember, you couldn't just find everything on YouTube or Spotify like you can now. And then if back then you were lucky enough to find a small record label, you could look them up, assuming whoever you lived with didn't need to use the phone. And then I found Slapaham Records. I found their website, and that was a really good time. And I'm not doing that sort of like old dude thing where, oh, everything sucks now and everything was so great then. No, a lot of things sucked back then too. But just finding Slapaham Records, and then what I would go into order, like fuck everything. I ordered everything from them. I ordered Sweatin' 2, Sweatin' 3, Crush Kill This. No, I got Crush Kill Destroy from the HMV in Toronto. I ordered, oh my God, the Ancient Chinese Secret, the Autophobia, the Capitalist Casualties, the big one, the compilation, both Fuck on the Beaches. I have so much Slapaham shit. The Fiesta Comes Alive, the Fiesta Grande, the best of the 5 years of the Fiesta Grande. Bunch of issues of Short, Fast, and Loud. I loved Slapaham. I think too, in a review I did for, I think it was Spazz's Le Rev. I don't know if it's out yet or if it will be out before this comes out. I've done a lot of these. In it, I put in pictures of my old Slapaham catalog that I kept, that Dodge used to mail out to people, which was very cool. But yeah, I felt like a god when I found this. All the out of print stuff from 93 to 96. Spazz only existed from roughly 92 to 99, 2000, and that was it. and they released hundreds of absolutely fucking killer songs. Spazz or Charles Bronson, for me, were like the best of this whole scene. And I think overall, I don't know who I'd pick there. I love Charles Bronson, so I can't really pick which band I love more. But then at the same time, I also really, really like Hell Nation, and I love Fuck on the Beach. But I think Spazz were probably the top. God, I loved Spazz. I still do. Shouldn't have said loved. I still do. But yeah, look, I'm gonna go. Sort of. This isn't really what. This isn't anything really coherent. I just sort of took a fucking time machine back to 1999. Sorry about that. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for almost 6 minutes while I discuss Spazz's first Sweatin' to the Oldies. If you liked this review, like always, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. And if you actually have a time machine, can I please fucking borrow it? I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.